Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is our new perspective for the day and we are using the Tattoo Tarot. And I'm just noticing our first card here is the Two of Swords. Didn't we get the Two of Swords in the same spot yesterday? Isn't that interesting? So we got the Two of Wands next. So we have two number twos. Interesting. And then we have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Moon, and the King of Cups. So let's start off with the Two of Swords. The number two is about balance, okay? About balance and equilibrium. That's what the number two is about. Keep that in mind for the next card, because I'm not going to say it again. So Swords is ruled by the air element, which rules over the mind, right? Intelligence, knowledge, strategy, strategic thinking, logic. It has nothing to do with emotion whatsoever, but on the negative aspect, it could also deal with mind manipulation, right? The Two of Wands speaks to the fire element, right, which rules over all things creative and forward moving and expansive and passionate, right? It's very passionate and very intuitive energy, right? So the Two of Swords speaks to having to make a decision. And the two swords represent each option for that decision, right? The trouble with that is those two swords are almost identical. So it's a very difficult decision because the person that has to make that decision has to see what those subtle differences are to see which path they should go down, which decision they should make. Because even though they appear to be identical, they're only nearly identical. The subtle differences are going to make all the difference in the world, one way or another. The Two of Wands speaks to creative expression. That first wand is, mastered, right? This first creative endeavor has been mastered. And so now this person is just thinking of going on to the next creative endeavor, because fire energy is very fast moving and it's in and out, okay? It's very forward moving and it goes by in a flash. Flames flash, right? It's very fast moving, so it's in and out. You learn something new and then you're off to the next thing, right? That's what the Two of Wands is expressing. You have one thing under your belt and then you're going to expand upon that by going to either to the next step or adding some other knowledge to it to enhance that knowledge or skill that you've already learned, right? The Queen of Swords is known as the assassin of the deck, right? She has been heartbroken before. But again, Swords is about air energy, which is all about the mind, head over heart. It doesn't have anything to do with emotions. She will cut you so soon as look at you, that Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords energy is very precise and very all about business, right? If it doesn't make sense, if it's not logical, if you can't scientifically prove it, then off with your head kind of thing. She is the assassin of the deck. She is very to the point, very blunt, and very discerning as to who she allows near her, right? She is very sharp and very to the point, and she will not bare her heart to anyone that she does not see is worthy of it. because she has been heartbroken before. She has gone through that Three of Swords, right? She has been heartbroken before, and she will not allow anyone near her heart. Okay? So very decisive, logical, to the point. I mean, she even looks fierce. She reminds me of Xena, the warrior princess, in this particular. Doesn't she remind you of Xena? She is very, if you don't tell, she can see a lie a mile away. If you don't speak the truth and are not 100% honest, she will cut you where you stand, right? So she's all about honesty and fairness and logic and, facts, right? Don't talk to her about feelings. She is not the feeling one. She is not the feeling queen. The feeling queen obviously is not here. Not her, right? The one person that you, in the deck, that you do not want to deceive with a lie would be this one right here, the Queen of Swords. So then we go over to the Ten of Coins, which is also Pentacles. Earth energy. This is the epitome of where you want to end up, right? Tens are instant manifestation. They are also the end of the minor arcana. So you have reached the end. That's the Pentacle, the Ten of Coins, the most abundant, in my opinion, the most abundant card there is in the deck, outside of the major arcana. Just as far as minor arcana is concerned, this would be the one. This is the one that everyone strives for. Material wealth, abundance, happiness, happy family, happy, joyous. You've achieved, all the things that you've set out to achieve. You've done it, right? That's what the Ten of Coins or Ten of Pentacles is all about. Then we have the Moon, and the Moon is major arcana, right? It's number 18, and 18 adds up to the number 9, and 9 is about achievement, almost there, acquiring, everything that you need to finish up a cycle, right? It's about having the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to discern right from wrong and discern what is right for you and wrong for you, right? Being able to, see any potential situations that might come about instead of being surprised by them. The Moon speaks to, again, major arcana. This is a major situation, major event that will not go unacknowledged. The Moon speaks to having to dive deeper, maybe not just in yourself, but maybe also into a situation that one might be in, right? There's something that needs further evaluation, which goes well with this Two of Swords here, because this decision needs further evaluation, a deep dive. There's something that may or may not be hidden. If it's hidden, this Queen of Swords is going to be really pissed off, right? But there is something that there feels like it's missing in order to be able to make this decision up here, right? And this decision is going to affect, creative honesty and the ability to achieve this Ten of Pentacles, right? So the Moon is about diving deeper, either within oneself and or within a situation, right? Finding out what that hidden truth is. There's more to this story than meets the eye, right? There is something that is hidden. But here's the thing, with the moon, if this lobster follows the path that the moon has lit, it will find out what that truth is, right? It'll help enlighten itself with the knowledge that it's seeking. Okay, there's a difference between, the domesticated dog and the wild dog or wolf, right? There's a difference. They're both true to themselves, but they're the same but different, right? The same but different. So there's a big decision. This is a big decision. Whatever this Two of Swords is, whatever this decision is, it's big because there's a major arcana here, and it's highlighting this swords for me, the Two of Swords. It may not highlight the Two of Swords for you, but let me know in the comment section below what it's highlighting for you. So here we have the King of Cups. So Cups rules over water element, which rules over all things emotion. It's very flowing, and it goes with the flow. It goes where it's, moved to go. And it doesn't fight against anything because emotions weren't meant to fight against anything. They were meant to be felt, which is why people end up with all of this anxiety and all of these frustrations and all of being in a bad mood all the time, or being, ending up breaking themselves, right? Because they hold those emotions in, but emotions were meant to be, to flow where they needed to flow, right? So, if you gotta cry, and you don't want to cry in front of somebody, go somewhere as quickly as you can so you can just let it out, let it flow, right? Emotions were meant to flow. Do not hold emotions back. They're not going to do you, it's not going to do you any good to do that. It's just not. It'll break your brain and it'll break your heart. So don't do that. Let your emotions flow. Let it out. Scream in a pillow, go to the bathroom and cry, or go to your car and cry, or whatever you need to do. But you need to let your emotions out, okay? I cry all the time. So, here we go. King of Cups. So that's what Cups is, emotion, right? But the King of Cups, he rules his kingdom, right? And how do you think that he rules his kingdom? He is very attached to his citizens, right? And he loves every single one of them equally, right? And in their own way. He loves them all, and he nurtures them and cares for them. He's emotionally mature, and he is very, very strong. He is able to process his emotions so that he does not have constant anxiety, so that his heart is stronger than most, because it's more pliable, and any harshness that comes to him flows into him softly and flows out of him, right? He eases people's emotional pain, right? He cares for his people. He is emotionally stable, right? And he is capable of maneuvering through this world and helping his citizens to flourish in a way that is joyful and abundant with closeness and loving families and loving neighbors, right? His kingdom is a very wonderful place. I don't know if you've ever seen that mini series, The Eighth Kingdom, or the Ninth Kingdom. It was a mini series quite a long time ago. Love it, love it. John Larroquette, Diana Weiss. Loved that. I actually have the DVD and I play it every once in a while. But I would imagine that the kingdom of the King of Cups would be a lot like the Kissing Town in that movie, in that miniseries, where everybody is just joyous and happy and very loving towards one another. That's how I always personally imagine the kingdom of the King of and Queen of Cups to be like. But I digress. So he's very emotionally stable, okay? So what do these cards say to you? What is what is your intuition saying to you about these cards? There's a decision that needs to be made, and balance and creativity, right? That needs to be withheld while making this decision. And it needs to be very truthful. You need to come to the bottom of what is truth and what is not in order to be able to make the right decision to gain this 10 of coins, this abundance that is your ultimate goal. And you need to be emotionally stable about it, right? Whoever it is that we're reading for, right? What is it that your intuition is saying about these cards? Let me know in the comment section below. I know I keep asking you to talk to me, but one day someone will. So we have Sea Soul Journeys, enough. May you be exactly as you are. You are enough. We are all enough. Exactly as we are. Beautiful. And then we have an herbiary, illustrated herbiary. Pocket of protection. This reminds me of the Queen of Swords. Yarrow. Yeah. She's protecting, that's for sure. So what is that? Page, I'm spacing out here. 108. Okay. 108. Where are we at? Oh, almost to it. Okay. Pocket of protection. Yarrow. In older times, Yarrow traveled with warriors. While her official job was staunching wounds, keeping the insides in and the outsides out, her presence brought bravery to the soldiers she kissed. Today, she has much the same task. Yarrow assists you in keeping your boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. She creates personal pockets of protection so you can slow down, gather your strength, and find your courage. Yarrow reminds you that boundaries are not just for keeping the outside from coming in, but also for keeping yourself from leaking out, letting thoughts and emotions run rampant in the world. Yarrow will create a bubble of protection, a bit of sacred space within which you can regroup, regenerate, and recreate yourself. The ritual is reestablish personal space. In order to ask Yarrow to hold a little space for us, we need to know what space we're asking her to hold. Close your eyes and pretend you're inside a glass bubble. Some people would call this glass bubble your aura. You can think of it that way or stick with glass bubble if that's more comfortable for you, your mind. Run your fingers along the inside of your bubble, feeling the edges of your body's energy. Willingly suspend your disbelief and trust your fingers. Is your bubble smooth and whole? Are there areas that feel in need of shoring up? If you feel a gap in your bubble, your aura, call on Yarrow to help you recreate the boundaries of your personal space. Then the reflection says, can you say no? Yarrow has enthusiastically adapted to modern times. She helps us all establish personal space and hold boundary lines. Remember, though, that she's a partner, not a guard dog. In order for Yarrow to do her job, you have to learn to say one magic word: no. These two letters can be taught to spit out. If you're concerned about being nice or cooperative, you may find yourself saying yes or maybe when your heart is actually saying no. How does saying no sit with you? Are you able to say no to being overextended and protect the dreamy little bubble Yarrow offers you? In one healing charm for gathering Yarrow, the healer says the plant is being gathered, so their hand will be more brave, their foot more swift, and their speech like the beams of the sun. Sharon Pace McLeod, Celtic Myth and Religion. Beautiful. I love it. So what do you think? What is your intuition saying about today's cards? Let me know in the comment section below, and have a great day. I will see you in the next video.